I've never visited my grandmother's grave. She's buried in a town just south of San Francisco, a town where the dead outnumber the living by more than 1,000 to 1. I've lived near Colma my whole life, but only stopped there once. This year, while building our Day of the Dead altar, I realized something. I honor my family on the altar and avoid their burial sites in real life. Today, I'm done avoiding. I'm heading to Colma to understand why San Francisco moved 150,000 of its dead there, and maybe more importantly, why I've been afraid to go myself. Today, I'm done avoiding. So my Grandma Frances, she lived a long time, well into her 90s, and she was a lot of things. She was kind, and she was funny, and she was Italian, and she was Catholic, and she was old school. And as I got older, I missed her more and more. So when Grandma passed, it was hard. I mean, I missed her, and I still miss her every day. And what I remember most about her death is the funeral, how final it felt, being put in the ground. Maybe that's why I've never gone back. I mean, if I don't visit, she stays the way I remember her, Grandma, not some body in the ground or a name on a tombstone. But this year, something's shifted for me. Maybe it's getting older. Maybe it's every photo I set on that altar reminding me I'm one more link in a chain that hopefully never ends. So let's go visit Grandma. And at the same time, let's talk about this place, Colma, because it's kind of a weird place. Colma has always been a trivia fact to me. It's the city of souls, the place where San Francisco sends its dead, about 1,500 living residents and roughly 1.5 million dead people. Now, that ratio sounds absurd, but it's true. The thing about it is those numbers, both sides, they represent lives. And some of those people, some of those 1.5 million dead people, they're my people. Here's what most people don't know about this place. In the early 1900s, San Francisco ran out of room. The city's only 49 square miles, and it's boxed in by water on 3 sides. Needless to say, it was growing fast, and graveyards that were once on the outskirts of town were suddenly surrounded by neighborhoods. At its peak, San Francisco had about 25 cemeteries, including the Big Four at Lone Mountain, Cavalry, Oddfellows, and Masonic. Plus, there were dozens of churches and fraternal plots located throughout the city. By 1901, the city's Board of Supervisors passed an ordinance banning new burials within the city of San Francisco. Shortly after the ban, it was kind of expanded into a full removal. Now, eventually more than 150,000 bodies, they were exhumed and they were moved south to this small farming town that would become Colma. Colma was officially incorporated in 1924, but by then it was already San Francisco's necropolis, or city of the dead. The reasons for moving these bodies sounds kind of cold-blooded because it actually is. The dead, they don't pay rent, and the living relatives, they stopped paying upkeep. Old cemeteries decayed, broken fences, tipped stones, weeds, civic embarrassment, plus real estate pressure equaled a pretty simple fix, and that was to move the dead, relocate them. So with limited funds, the city moved fast, and they moved 150,000 bodies. Now, to move this many bodies and not have much money, definitely shortcuts were taken. Many of the folks who were buried in San Francisco went into mass graves in Colma. Headstones and records were lost. Even today in San Francisco, projects will be stopped cold, building projects, because they will find bodies and they have to figure out where those bodies came from. When San Francisco passed the laws and they decided that they were going to move all of these people down to Colma, those people and those families didn't have a say in that. For me and my family, it was different. We came to the San Francisco Bay Area later, the late 1800s, early 1900s. So when my family members passed, this was their choice. This is the Italian cemetery in Colma. And the Italian cemetery, if you were an Italian and a Catholic and lived in the San Francisco Bay Area, maybe on the west side of the San Francisco Bay, this is probably the place you wanted to come. Holy Cross is an option down here. Apparently, it's a little more expensive, and their rules are a little bit more strict. Like if you're divorced, you can't get into Holy Cross. Unless you're the famous baseball player Joe DiMaggio. Joe DiMaggio was married to Marilyn Monroe. They got divorced, yet somehow Joe DiMaggio, who grew up in North Beach in San Francisco, somehow they let him into Holy Cross. Go figure. So behind me is Francis's grave, and this isn't what I expected at all. I'm actually kind of moved by the whole thing, and I was going to wait until the gardeners and the airplanes going overhead and everything was quiet. But that's not what this experience is like. This experience is what it is. Walking up on her headstone there, she's put next to her husband, who predeceased her, I don't know, by 30, 40 years. What strikes me is how small it is, how simple. This is the Italian cemetery, and there are a lot of big, bold, garish Italian remembrances. But we didn't have a lot of money, and we were simple people. And being here at her grave brings back all kinds of really powerful, deep memories. So when my wife says she wants to put me in the ground so she can come visit me, maybe I shouldn't be such a tool, and I should let her do that. Because if that experience is like this for her, yeah, I guess I would want to be remembered that way. Okay, you can't make this stuff up. I'm looking for my Uncle Mike, my grandmother's son, my mom's brother. Now, he's buried with Leo, and they're buried in the same plot. Now, why are two men buried in the same plot? I mean, it is San Francisco, but this is not that type of thing. What happened is Leo's wife found out that Leo was cheating with another woman, and she decided that she didn't want to spend eternity next to a cheater. So she gave her plot to my grandmother, and that's why my grandmother's son is with Leo. This place, Colma, it's not creepy and it's not odd. It's honest. It is what it is, and it gives so many people a place to rest, and so many more people a place to come visit those loved ones who were important to them. And if nothing else, what I learned today is my notions, my preconceived notions about what is good, what is bad, how things should be, they're often wrong, as my wife tells me, and in this case, they were oh so wrong. Now when I put those pictures up, I know where some of those people are located, and I probably won't stay away from this place as long, because what I found here was unexpected and actually kind of beautiful. I wasn't prepared for what happened to me here today, but I'm glad that I came. And to be sure, when I started out making this video, I had no idea any of this stuff was gonna happen. And that's what often happens on this channel. As I go to the places I think I know, I'm surprised by the history, by my emotions. And that's why I think the channel is interesting and why I love making these videos. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. If you're interested in this type of content, I'm sharing on screen a video about my family's history in California you may enjoy. I'm Nick, this is Hidden California, and I hope to see you on our next journey together.